Weird sense of deja vu.
Right? Well, everybody, hello again. I am your host again, Chaos Axel again. And joining me again is Malevolent Mango in the booth. How are you, Mango? Has your mood changed significantly since we talked about 15 minutes ago?
I am a little more calm and also a little less calm because this one is an actual league match. So
Well,
yes.
I mean, the nice part about it is that unlike the free for all, it's a little bit more straightforward and a little bit easier to follow the action rather than, 20 different fights scattered all over the damn place.
Right,
But
right.
so right now we are just waiting for the Horsemen. They're working on getting their last player into the party here. So first map will be Volskaya, and in the meantime, I figured we could kind of shoot the breeze a bit about playoff contention here.
Yeah.
Um, so right now, I think there could be. I'm saying that there's a chance for one of these two teams to get in. I need to get back to League Lobster to double check exactly which it was, but I'm saying there's a chance. But that also means that there has to be some catastrophic losing from both of our teams, and I'm kind of
And
hoping
we
not
don't want
that.
that. Yeah.
So right now the Horsemen do have 4 map wins, and the passive aggressive Raptors have 7. Legion and I Need Healing both have 9 in total. So I'm saying there's a chance. It is a very slim one that requires you guys to lose both of your matches completely in the next 2 games, and Legion to lose as well, or at least one of the two of us to completely lose out. So
Yeah.
it's there's a possibility, there's a chance. Unfortunately, the Nacho Daddies, though, they sitting at the bottom right now, are not going to be eligible to get into the playoffs. It has to happen to somebody, unfortunately, and the Nacho Daddies not going to be making it this season. Hopefully, though, they'll be able to rework in the offseason and come back. Maybe pull a bit of a rebel squad on us. But yeah, what are your thoughts here,
Yeah.
Mango? What are you kind of expecting in the weeks to come from the Nerfed League?
Well, I mean, as far as today's match, I hope the Horsemen can pull something out here, but it seems like it's going to be really difficult for them because they also, I'm looking at Cole's little breakdown
Oh yeah, that's right. Cole
the
did do a
standings,
breakdown.
and a lot of their maybe sort of kind of relied on that lead.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if easy is the word, but I appreciate you. Hey. I would be lying if I said I was hoping it would. So, yeah. Okay, there we go. So we're just trying to work on getting this last individual, assign you, or however we're announcing it. I had this problem last time, and I still don't know how to say it, so it's going to be Sign. We're going to call him Sign. So I have added him myself. But yeah, I would agree with your assessment here. There's a possibility, but there's a lot of things that need to slot in perfectly, and biggest of all being that both I Need Healing and Legion need to completely flub the next couple of games. You guys have 2 matches left, we have 1 left, and we would both need to completely throw those out the window.
Yeah. And who knows? And our last one is against Catastrophe, so who knows? That could happen. But
Well,
we're definitely going to give them a run for their money. That's for sure.
absolutely. I mean, and that's what it comes down to, right? That we're not no, neither of our teams is planning to give up here. All of us know how serious these last few matches are, and I mean, in your guys' case, you're going up against Catastrophe, who is up there with Rebel Squad, has been one of the more pristine teams. We just finally dealt a blow to Rebel Squad, and passive aggressive Raptors, ironically, are the only team that managed to get a map win against Catastrophe at this point. So it's both of them
Hmm.
are looking very, very strong right now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. These next few games are going to be so important.
Yeah,
and
the
see
the
what
following
happens.
weeks are going to really determine what's going to happen. We definitely know who's going to be first and second. That's not really a question anymore of who's going to be at the tip top. So I'm trying to invite this last person here, and we'll hopefully get started there. But okay, anyway. Yeah, so we'll see. It's gonna be a couple of nail biters, that's for sure. And I don't expect this game to be any less of a nail biter. Horsemen, knowing how serious it is to pull a 3-0 now, and for their next two games, or yeah, their next two games, because only there we go. Looks like we do have a connection here. Finishing my thought. The Horsemen realizing how important it is that they need to clean up the next two matches that they have. They need to get 3-0s if they want to have that shot at playoffs. But, okay.
For sure.
So I've gotten confirmation from the Horsemen that they are ready. And from the Nacho Daddies that they are ready. So here we go. We're going to roll into map number 1, Volskaya Industries, for the European Showdown.
Right, this is for EU bragging rights at this point, I think, for Nacho Daddies at least.
Oh yeah, if they're able to, I mean, they can theoretically shatter the Horsemen's playoff hopes right here. If they're able to get, I would say if they're able to get any map wins against the Horsemen, that pretty well puts a nail in the Horsemen's playoff run coffin.
Yeah.
So, no pressure or anything, but...
No pressure at all.
Taking a quick little tour around the water here. I don't recall if there's boats for me to yell at, so it's a little disappointing, but, not every map can have a boat for me to yell at. Looking down, oh, and it's BB who's coming in for a 4-month sub, saying that she wishes that she could be here and she loves everybody here, so we
Yes,
missed you
thank
too, BB.
And that really sucks for the Nacho Daddies because she is such an important part of their team.
Yeah,
she's
unfortunately, she's been a little absent in the last couple matches. I assume having real life responsibilities and the like is always important. You got to make sure that you take care of your life first. But she gets to cheer on her team now.
Oh, and look at this. We got McFluff on his signature torb.
So they're going, and I like this setup for Bunker, because you can sometimes trick a Sombra, and it looks like, well, there was a Sombra, but we'll see if it looks like it's back to a Symmetra, but having a turret, like, kind of behind the Bastion, you can maybe kind of trick them, but it looks like they're actually going to split it up. They're hoping that by dropping the turret on the other side of the bridge there, that will cause some focus to turn between the two. We see Jake on the Orisa here. Shoots his shield straight up and then drops it down. Teleporter goes to the top of the building, and it looks like the Nacho Daddies are just going to ignore that and start kind of moving around the center bunker here. No May or anything to stop it, but they are going to get progress here. Not quite a tick, with some skirmishing going on here. There's the turret, though, finally starting to pick shots. Bailey ends up falling off of the map. That's not a good start here, but Red does get a pick back. Sarcastrophe getting a pick onto Jay. It's still back and forth here. No ticks yet. That turret does finally go down.
Steambolic's trying to hold the point right now as a Zenyatta, so...
Yep. I mean, the bunker is still set up, but there we go. We see him trying to retreat, and they are going to actually stipend the Horsemen. The Horsemen are forced to retreat here. So good first hold by the Nacho Daddies. Turret goes back up on the opposite side there. Immediately starting to get some value popping up Symmetra turrets. But we see the rest of the Nacho... Everybody's just coming back together, and there's already another battle. They're going directly below the bunker here. And right now it looks like the Nacho Daddies are kind of fighting to get around the bridge here and get back into position. And we have a drop to stop that first tick. Bunker is getting reset now. That is going to be a first tick given away, though. Red's getting kind of melted. Oop, Sarcastrophe does get a pick onto Tornado. That's a good start. They're dropping... Nacho Daddies are dropping onto point. Bastion set up and going pew, pew, pew. Steam Bullocks has got a pick onto Jay, but Sarcastrophe goes down to Sign. The Zarya does ult right there. There's a Baptiste ult kind of forced in response, and we have Senya McFluff's turret going to town. McFluff wanting to show off the signature turret here.
They held them off again.
Yes, they did lose 43%, but they were ultimately able to hold. So that's about half of the time gone, a little more than half now, for the Horsemen. The turret just kind of, chilling, kicking back, checking out the sky. Just, it's But it's going to be business in a moment here. So we have the Horsemen pushing in again. Ryan's shield is almost broken for Tornado. There it goes. That little Brigitte shield isn't going to be that good at protecting. Nacho Daddies. Oh, here comes the Molten Core right on top of them. Some of it goes a little bit wide and far away. Not able to pull onto the fire, though. Alright, what do you think is going to take to break it here, Mango? Here comes the Orisa ult.
They're going to have to kill that Sarcastrophe on that Bastion. But...
And the turret, for that matter, and the turret. Ooh. Red with that little fade away gets out of the mech, but actually ends up getting up top. They're getting more progress, though, again. Nacho Daddy's hesitant to drop, and because of that, they got more percentage. There we go. Here comes the Sim ult as well. So we have now Horsemen really committing in this. McFluff gets a pick onto Jay Stewart. Turret's going behind the shield. That's going to make this really uncomfortable for the Nacho Daddies. Sarcastrophe is still alive and putting away, though, up there. D-Wade gets a pick.
They haven't really been able to contest him with everything happening on the point.
To their credit, ooh, Steam Pollux with a quick double on both tanks there. 30 seconds remaining. That is a terrible start for the Horsemen here. Oh, and McFluff getting that last little spit shot with the turret there.
Looks like Nacho Daddies might this.
Yeah, ult economy is heavily in Nacho Daddy's favor on top of that. Only the Zarya ult and almost Tornado having the shatter here. So we see him just pushing the point. Jay Stewart is going to touch. Here comes another Molten Core from the Torbjorn. Diva Bomb going up. Ooh, good double. Look at these kills just flying through.
Oh my gosh.
It's just the Zarya left. And granted, Sign has taken a couple kills. That's an ace. There it is. Team wipe, and that was a spectacular coordination of ultimates to end from the Nacho Daddies.
That is not what I was expecting.
That was very impressive. I mean, they gave up 64%. You know, they did give up a tick and some change, but still, excellent hold from the Nacho Daddies.
If they can take first point, then, you know, they win. And they're finally going to get another win on the board.
They just need approximately 2 ticks, and with 2 ticks here, like I said earlier, that I believe essentially cuts off any hope of the Nacho or the Horsemen making it into playoffs. So very much all of these are going to be do or die, but this first one with the rough start especially.
And we've got Coco in the chat cheering her team on. I told you it would be huge.
Nation talking up Jay Stewart a bit there in chat. And we see on the other side, so we're going to have another bunker, a little bit different, coming in from the Horsemen. So, and by different, I mean they have a soldier and not a Torb. So it'll be interesting to see where they set up. I am very curious what they're going to do different. On the other side, we see a very standard 2-2-2. We have McFluff switching to the Soldier and Sarcastrophe on the Tracer, and then you've got Moira Zen and Ryan Zarya. Standard stuff. So the Horsemen electing to put their bunker on the ground here and kind of in a very forward position, which is high risk, high reward. Either you're going to completely kill them off before they get near the point, or they're going to run you over and you're going to die.
Right,
so,
exactly.
But I do agree with the ballsy placement, just sheerly because you cannot allow any progress whatsoever. So here we go. They're going to see the bunker. That was a good pull, a good halt. No picks yet, but that is a destroyed barrier. Good start. That's another good one. Excellent halt, and Poppy is the first one to pop Steam Bullocks' Zenyatta. Great coordination coming from the Horsemen here. Here the Bastion reloading, so he will have a fresh clip of hell to rain.
Yeah. This placement is really making it hard for Jake to push in because he has to stop and wait for his shield to recharge, and also for his team to come back.
Coco, which skin are you talking about? The pink one, of course. Pink Mercy skin is definitely my favorite too.
It's very good.
We're getting some progress. That shield is busted already. That Reinhardt Jake is dead. A little bit of a lack of coordination, but that is enough to kind of force the Horsemen back a little bit more. There's a Moira ult coming in from Jay Bailey alone. He immediately gets blasted. I don't know if Jay Bailey's trying to make a switch or what, but that did not feel necessary right there.
Questionable choice.
Does not look like... Ooh, a switch is happening there. Steam Bullocks has to be careful. They're not playing around with that bunker, but it's definitely going to be up to Sarcastrophe's Tracer. You have Jay Bailey is making a switch on to Lucio. And Sarcastrophe taking over the Moira. So they're running a 3-2-1 with 3... Oh, there we go. Just a lot of switches. I'm just going to shut up for a minute.
Steam Bullock switching to Sombra, which he's a very scary Sombra.
Yep, I feel like that's a good backup plan here to this Bastion.
Oh,
ooh, and he's going to miss the throw for the teleporter and go down. The rest of Nacho Daddies is pushing up regardless, though. So Sarcastrophe, despite the early switch, thanks to the healing, already has 56% ult. So that's pretty cool.
Gosh.
So we have bullets raining into that room there. Nacho Daddies are gonna have to be careful. They just have the slam. On the other side, we're gonna have 4 ultimates momentarily here for Nacho Daddies. Excuse me, ooh, good hack for the Horsemen. I keep saying Nacho Daddies for them. Charge goes in, gets halted. Hammer almost goes down. He gets picked in the process. Tornado cleaning up. Tornado and Sign just ripping apart the Nacho Daddies here. We have soldiers kind of squaring off, but that is one soldier versus an army. So McFluff simply takes the hero's way out and jumps. Only one ult burn.
High ground on them. It was just shooting behind the shield with his ult.
Yep,
that was
exactly. And I commend the Horsemen a lot. They did not burn a lot of ultimates there. They only burned the soldier ult. So they're running into this again with 4, almost 5 ults with that D.Va. Oh, and Jay getting an early pick on a Sarcastrophe is a rough start with a minute left. They've still got time, but they've got to be very careful how they approach this. So kind of a bit of a split decision here. The tanks are running straight at it. We had the Lucio go up. Jake is at a very minimal amount of health points. Reddit Lucio needs to jump down right now and heal him. So we hear... There we go. Yep, that's a good hack from Bullocks, but the rest of his team is kind of dying right now. 30 seconds. All right, here we go. Do or die time. And immediate death by Jake and Sarcastrophe. Yep, with that damage boost in front of that Bastion. Yeah, good luck. Oof. And we see... Oh, I feel for Red here. Red just caught out on his lonesome here. Standing on the health pack and praying. He's got the health pack, but he's going to get fed to the dogs there. Does pick the... Oh, there's a good 4-man. They tit-tapped a little bit, but Jay Stewart is kind of going wild with this Bastion, and I believe that's going to be the cleanup for the end here. Admirable start by the Nacho Daddies, but unfortunately it is the Horsemen that hold strong and keep their playoff hopes alive.
Yep. That's definitely one map win they desperately needed.
Yeah. Who we got? We got Senior McFluff's Torb. Going down screaming here, not willing to just give it up. Oh, and those are damage boosts, the lava pools. I think that actually works, doesn't it? Oh my god. Quint, so. And does he get the unofficial 6-man? Red ran into the lava. We're calling that a 6-man. That's a team wipe. Excellent by Senior McFluff there. That is very tiny text for that Baptiste. Amplification Matrix Assist 2. Making me go do the grandma, like, lean forward, like, what does that crap say? So... So, good play of the game, but it's the Horsemen fighting and clinging to their playoff hopes here. Alright. So,
looked in the beginning like it could end very differently, but...
Yeah, I was going to say, so break down one of the teams. What did they do well, and what do you think they need to change to improve here? Your pick.
Let's see. I don't know. I think that the Horsemen did a really good job with their bunker in that they had the Bastion, but they also had kind of the more mobile DPS and Soldier, where they could take different angles, whereas... Nacho Daddies kind of did the same thing by setting the Torb turret in a different location, but I feel like Horsemen just did it more effectively with how they picked their DPS.
Yeah, and the other thing to call out with that, too, is like I had mentioned, the Horsemen took a very aggressive posturing with their bunker setup, and that's what they needed to do. I've personally, me being me, I very much prefer to be up in people's faces, but in that instance, knowing that you can't, like... when you're starting on attack like the Nacho Daddies did, maybe you can be a little wishy-washy, be on the high ground, give up a tick or two, but when it's on the other side, especially with the the huge amount of pressure on the Horsemen there, I appreciate that they did set up on that forward position. The one thing I do want to call out is I feel like they needed to switch off that Symmetra earlier than they did, because I don't think they were getting a lot of value from it, and there wasn't a lot of places you could teleport to really make it worth it. So that's my one kind of nitpick for the Horsemen there. And the Nacho Daddies, I mean, on defense, they did spectacular. They had a lot of really good combinations of ults, and I have no real complaints about what they had going there. It's unfortunate that they just didn't really have it. Maybe they need to switch to the Sombra sooner. I'm not sure what it is, but they didn't quite have the gas in the tank to be able to take the ticks back.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
But I don't believe that either team has any subs, since Izzy is just the coach for the Horsemen, so I'm just gonna see if both of the teams are ready to rumble here.
No, they're all switching to their Horseman icons.
I suppose I can give them a second here to get to their icons here. See if Jay Stewart is the dissenter, or if maybe Tornado is riding the horses. I'm not sure. But we'll see. We'll see what they end up doing with icons. And yeah, the Nacho Daddy's taking the flags. I'm not sure if that's where they're from or where they want to be, because I know Jake is not in the U.S. that I'm aware of. But maybe he comes from there. I'm not sure. But I appreciate the flags. Oh boy. Well, maybe Jay doesn't have that icon, and I've seen a lot of other things. And Tornado, I'm not sure either. I know Tornado's got it, so I'm not sure exactly what icon setup they're going for. There we go. Tornado finally equipping the horse. But Jay Stewart on the 6-gun, the 6-shooter one. Maybe, again, maybe he's reining in the other horses with all those arms. I don't know, man. But so what do you
meaning in these icons.
Welcome to the life of a caster. So what do you want to see on King's Row here? Is there a particular setup or a particular hero? What are you feeling?
I'm curious to see if we're going to get some more bunker play, because that first point is another... I mean, you could set it up that way, but as soon as you get kind of around that that statue, it becomes a little harder to maintain, I think.
I would agree.
So I'll be curious to see if they run the same kind of comps that we just saw in Volskaya.
Yeah, you could definitely make a bunker setup. It was almost in Legion setup for when we played this map. We decided against it, but yeah, there's definitely a couple of little platforms around, and with like a Symmetra or something like that, you could even pull out Chug Life's signature Quantum Creep and kind of hop around all these little platforms and find new access points for your Bastion, if you wanted to, of course.
Yeah.
Definitely no boats for me to yell at on this map. Did we just pick this week knowing that I would start yelling at boats? I feel targeted right now, not gonna lie. So now we need to find something.
It's all a conspiracy.
It all is. Now I'm looking for something literally unplayable, but I don't think I'm gonna find it.
You yell at the bus.
I could yell at the bus, but the bus is just the bus. It's not doing anything wrong, unlike a boat. I think it's cool being on water and stuff.
We do have a Bastion coming out again on defense.
Ooh. We'll see if it sticks, but Nacho Daddies have a lot of interesting picks right now. I would call that a very wild dive, but it looks like there's a couple switches coming through. Alright, and so again we have the Horsemen taking a more forward, low ground position. My fear with this is that if the Nacho Daddies do get a decent flank going, that they could take the hotel room behind them, or this high ground area, and drop down and kill the Bastion. The other thing they have now is a Hanzo on Sign.
Let's see.
But
yeah, if that Hanzo can get a good angle on that Bastion, then that's really bad for
we have
Jay.
a bit of a 3-2-1 almost goats coming in from the Nacho Daddies now. Or from the Horsemen, rather, excuse me. Or am I...
They're going through the
it is the Nacho Daddies, I'm sorry. I'm not used to both the EU teams at once. So they got into the hotel there, which is a good forward position, but unfortunately they don't have anybody to pick off that Bastion. That is the trick with this kind of a comp, is that if you don't have your DPS as a flanker or somebody who can pick off the Bastion, then you're gonna see exactly what you're seeing here.
Especially with that Baptiste, it's very hard to kill that Bastion in this kind of arrangement.
Right, exactly. And McFluff, if he's able... Okay, Steam Bullocks did switch. If I was going to say, if McFluff is able to pick off the lamp, the eye field, and then they can break the shield, and then they can get in, there's a lot of M-Vens that need to happen here. So we have Sombra now kind of hopping around the back here. There we go. So watching Steam Bullocks, again, trying to get into position. Able to hack from there. Stops himself before he can get the Hanzo. So he has the Bastion. Knows the Bastion does have an ult. D.Va is coming up to answer, but unfortunately, Sign able to get a pick onto Jake. Jay Bailey going down shortly afterwards. They killed the eye field at least. And there's a Moira ult going on to point as well. So they know that they have a sneaky Sombra in the back. I feel like a Reaper or a Junkrat would be really good into this defense that we see here from the Horsemen.
It definitely needs some
there we go.
Happening.
Yeah, both sides running
Jake
the Hanzo. Dragons coming in. Oh, it does get two. McFluff with the quick triple. So we do get a res on the Tornado. D.Va Bomb going down. Doesn't get anybody. Red punches out Jay Stewart there. We'll see if it holds. This is a great fight for the Nacho Daddies. They need to push this now. There we go. Tornado goes down. And poor D-Wade caught there. Excellent fight, starting it off with McFluff with that amazing Dragons, getting that triple to start. And they didn't even burn the Zarya ult there, so great coordination. We see, a lot of the team is kind of split here. Dragons are coming back. But I don't think you're getting anybody with that. There's not like a fight to distract, so just an easy sidestep for the Nacho Daddies here. Sign getting the first pick on a Sarcastrophe. So another thing to note is that Jay Bailey has switched over to the Baptiste. Normally seen with just the bunker, but definitely a perfectly viable healer on his own.
Oh yeah.
So we have the bunker continuing here. Jay Stewart getting a pick. That's a great 4-5 man right there. Dragons again coming in. I feel is going to stop them from dying, but it is going to force them back. Horsemen have to retreat here. That is an eye field down. All right, they got a damage boost field, but it's actually that was behind the Bastion who had to move and got hacked in the process. Senny McFluff is going to get picked by Tornado though. Still amounting to more and more creeping inches. That was another kind of mistakenly placed damage field. I feel like Hammer gets landed on the point, so it doesn't get anything. Sometimes that elevation can really screw with Reinhardt's hitbox, and I feel you, man. I'll F in the chat for Jake on that one. I'm going to go toss an F in the chat for that one. That one has plagued me on very similar, 1-inch height differentials, and it has completely screwed over my hammers before. So, I feel for you, dude.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Jake's just having a rough day. His shield does not stay up for more than 2 seconds.
Well, you're against the Bastion. I mean, and we see, Poppy got hacked in the back there. The charge still gets pulled is not enough to stop it. So that's one way you can kill that Bastion is just charging him down if he's not ready. They need to take out this eye field right now. Okay, eye field down, damage boost comes through. But it's still progress for the Nacho Daddies. They are not stopping. Another charge is going to miss.
Big charge.
Goes a little wide. D.Va Bomb getting dropped, but there is an eye field to protect. Blows up the eye field. Jake finally does go down. So we're doing a Moira ult combination. Ooh, that's a big hack. Jay is going to pick off Steam Bullocks. There's just kind of kills back and forth with a lot of ultimates. This might be the end. Yeah. This looks like it's... I mean, the Nacho Daddies are not willing to give it up. We see Red at like full charge there. Finally goes down. Hammer gets 3. Big hammer from Jake, but he's standing on an eye field. Gets the charge. Senny McFluff ends up cleaning it up. Dragon gets eaten a little too close to the D.Va there.
Hate to see that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but that is the risk that you run playing against that D.Va, is that you have to make sure you have a little bit of room or the D.Va's out of mech. So we see Steam Bullocks up top taking pot shots, getting ult charge. Now near the payload. Looks like they're kind of caught out. Minute left. I think the Nacho Daddies just need to get a big regroup, which it looks like they're doing. Ooh, Jake getting a pick on a Poppy is a good start, and D-Wade has been demac'd. Jake charging in, does get killed for it. They need to kill this Orisa thing. Poppy gets revived. There we go. Orisa Bong goes down. Jay Stewart gets a pick. Dragons come in. So far, nothing else. Nacho Daddy's kind of huddling in the corner there. Steam Bullocks is close to the ult, but not quite there. Coming around to get some healing, it looks like. Yep, Sign gets a pick onto Bailey. This is looking like it's it.
Cut off from his team there.
Yeah. We see Steam is in the back with ult. Red is switched over to Hamster to get there faster. Ult economy is in the favor of the Nacho Daddies. I definitely think they can make something happen here as long as none of them get picked right now. We see the Hamster rolling near the point, and there's the 2 picks. So, unfortunately, that's probably going to put an end to this. We have McFluff trying to touch, but get blown up immediately. Bailey is going to hold with that eye field and just don't think it's enough. Delayed bit of a team wipe there, and that is going to be it. No shield, only charge indeed. Whew. Yeah, I suppose.
As WoW was pointing out there, even with D.Va's recent nerf on the Matrix, she's still really dangerous.
Absolutely.
Eating ults.
I mean, if D.Va has the defense matrix, period, if you're quick on the trigger, you can make it happen. You can eat a dragon, you can eat a grab, you can eat a blizzard. Like, it's still perfectly doable. But...
And that is a D.Va main's favorite thing to do.
Indeed. So, hopefully it's not going to be more in the same of the first match, where we saw the Nacho Daddies start off really strong, but unfortunately kind of peter out pretty close to the second checkpoint here. So good distance, and they're going to have a lot of opportunity to hold it if they do lose the first point.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen my fair share of full holds on this first point. It can easily happen.
Can even eat the enemy's hopes and dreams. Yeah, I know. We know how that feels. But all right, so we'll see if Jay Stewart sticks to the signature Widow. Oh, switch to a healer. I was going to say, Jay Stewart has touted his Widow and loves to post in the show-off about all of those great Widow plays and headshots and stuff like that. I'm a little surprised that we haven't seen the Horsemen kind of enable that Widow that we've seen so much of from Jay Stewart. But
I saw a little bit of chatter in the Trash Talk channel earlier that he wasn't going to be playing Sniper today, so I wonder if that has something to do with it.
Well, that is unfortunate, I suppose. Not much to be done. But a bunker setup here, in case I need to say it. Again, with that kind of split off with sending McFluff on the Torb. Jay immediately making it to point, and just like they did last time, the Horsemen just opting to ignore the bunker and run straight to point. And you are correct, there is a goat. That explains that. Steam Bullocks getting the first pick on a Poppy there. Sarcastrophe following up, but Sign is going to pick off Sarcastrophe in response. Getting another pick onto Bailey. It's 2 picks for both teams, and right now spawn advantage is to the Horsemen. Red getting a pick back onto Jay, though, and it looks like this is going to be a hold for the Nacho Daddies. They did lose their DPS, but, you know, they're still holding. So, a little bit of a long walk here for the poor Bastion and the Baptiste. That's who I thought it was. All right. Go ahead and fly into point here. All right, now we have a Zenyatta ult is forced, and that is going to mean Tornado's going to die. We have the Bastion set up here from Sarcastrophe just off of the point and unloading onto the point. That's a pretty good setup there. We saw a Moira ult flash as well, but didn't get anything. There's a DMAC now.
Fluff's turret going to work up there?
Of course. Another great hold from the Nacho Daddies there. No progress this time. So a little slow to drop, but they were able to make something of it. And 5 ultimates, everything other than the Zenyatta ultimate now versus only the 2 for, well, this point. The 2 for the Horsemen. Again, here we go, just rushing to point. They're opening it up with the Lucio. Oh, that Zenyatta's kind of caught alone there, but here comes Molten Core onto point. A little bit of everything. Draconum getting 2. All up by Sarcastrophe getting 1. McFluff getting 1. That's a big... That was every ultimate that they had, though. So, fortunately, the Horsemen did use a couple ults in exchange, and they don't have any right now. So both teams at 0 for ult economy, other than Tornado being close.
Yeah, the Horsemen are coming up on a Shatter Bomb here if they can pull it off.
Yep, if they can. Yeah, both of them are very close, but it's going to be difficult while they're holding the high ground. But here we go again. The Zenny McFluff turret just going to town at the back of Tornado. Tornado is slowly getting picked away for it. Good drop here. D-Wade getting the first pick on the Steam Bullocks, though. McFluff's turret getting a kill on the J. Here we go. Here comes the bomb. No shatter. Ooh, good two-man with a couple structures and a D-Mac. That looks like it's going to be it. Yep. Horseman with a great take there. Oh, we have the Baby Diva. Red just stalling it out as much as he can. McFluff with a bit of a late pick there. Ooh, Sign is ripping apart the remainder of the retreating Nacho Daddies. That's going to ensure that they get a little bit of progress out the gate here.
That's rough, and he is still super charged. He's out there looking for more picks.
So we have another cling to the bunker here, and personally, I'm not a fan of holding onto the bunker this long, but I appreciate that both teams are trying it. You can tell that both of them, that's what they want to do. Yeah, Side is just frying away at this shield from below. Oop, gets pulled back.
You can see that Nacho Daddies are kind of forced into this really narrow high ground because there's not a lot of good bunker positions with all these corners.
Oh, there we go. Molten Core going right. Great spray onto the point here. He does die, though. I feel dropped onto the point, and we see that the Horsemen are kind of trapped. Jake does get a pick on Tornado. There we go. Oh, Zenyatta ult has been forced.
All the ults are happening.
Yep. Again, both teams are kind of hemorrhaging at this point. We have the Lucio ult being saved. Poppy gets a pick on the Bailey. And once again, Sign ripping through Jake. Jay getting a pick on the Stewart. There we go. Nacho Daddies probably have one more fight in them here. They need to hold here.
Yeah.
Jake has switched off the Orisa onto the Reinhardt. Oh, McFluff getting an early pick on the Poppy is really good for them, though. They need to get up and get to this point here. Sign gets a pick onto the turret. Yep. They need Nacho Daddies need to get there. Hammer gets like 3 behind Jake. Jake gets immediately picked, and that is just enough. Yep. Plus with that Zarya ult, the Horsemen able to squeeze in their second win. Wow, asking Masine to calm down, and McFluff with another Torb play of the game.
Oh my god.
McFluff's like, you know what? If we don't win, I'm gonna get play. That's what's gonna happen here. There we go, and then just drops right into the fire. Yep. Good coordinate. Like, I have to commend the Nacho Daddies for their coordination around this Torbjorn. Like, they're really making it work. Torb is often
they're providing a very good distraction for his turret placement, and he seems to move it every so often. So it's always hitting, the back line or hitting behind the shield. And the rest of Nacho is just providing a good distraction for that. But
yeah,
normally
normally
didn't work out for them.
You would say the Torb is normally like a troll pick, but if your team is working around it, like, you can absolutely make it work. So that is Map 2, one for the Horsemen, trying to cling to the playoff hopes and dreams. All right,
they definitely need this last map coming up too.
Yeah, they're rolling hot right now, but hopefully that lights a bit of a fire under the Nacho Daddies to get it to get themselves together. All right, so we are moving on up to the final map of the day that I am brain farting on because I knew I'd forget. Gibraltar.
Oh, no.
That's right. So Gibraltar is our final map of the day. This is an escort map, and unless both teams have 0 progress, we are not going to see a tie here. So no fear of that, at least.
Yes.
Watch point Gibraltar. Go ahead and flop the teams. So what do the Nacho Daddies need here? Like, what is the play, you think, Mango? Like, they need to get something going. It's not that they've been doing bad, it's just what they're doing isn't working against the Horsemen. And what do you think would be a good switch for them or a good strategy?
And I'm not even sure how they could do this, but they need to find a way to stop Jay Stewart on that. If he's playing Bastion again, that seems like it's been their major downfall because he's taken all the focus. From both teams to keep him alive, also on his own team. But
yeah,
in the meantime, everybody else on the Horseman team is picking them apart as they're trying to get that Bastion down. So that's one of those things where they need to do it quickly. I saw, Steambox has tried with the Sombra. That might be, a strategy they could employ from the beginning, and that might help
Hmm.
to
I would completely agree
keep
with you.
him from being too dangerous.
They need to get some kind of a better, like, they not necessarily a better flanker, but they need a better system. Like, either you need to make sure that you're holding all 6 ultimates for like a hack, grab, diva bomb, or like some crazy wonky combination of them, or you need to switch to like a reaper or a tracer or somebody to be able to more effectively distract and potentially kill the bastion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean we were talking about how McFluff, they coordinate so well around McFluff on the tour, but I would love
Hmm.
to see that coordination around, you know, maybe a different DPS, maybe more focused on, I don't know, a dive kind of comp that could get in there and take down that Bastion quicker,
Yeah, the other
or at
thing that
least
just
force them
kind of
away.
struck me here is that the Nacho Daddies are playing without Eldritch today, one of their major tank players, and I've seen him do a lot
Yeah.
of crazy things on Wrecking Ball lately. I feel like I saw WoW make a suggestion in the chat for a dive comp, and I think that that would work
Oh,
very well if they're able to just overwhelm the Bastion, and that's kind of what the Horsemen did in a way to the Nacho Daddies, where they were able to walk underneath the bunker there, force them to low ground, and fought them there.
yeah, they really need to find a way to split Jay's focus on that Bastion. If they're surrounding him from all sides, I mean,
Mm,
he can only hit one person at a time. So,
right, exactly.
if they're all around behind him, then that gives a better shot, and dive is really good for that. They just have to be, like WoW said, very coordinated to pull that
Hmm.
kind of thing off.
That would be the trick. Yeah, I was gonna say something like a Widow or a Hanzo to like pick off the inevitable eye fields you're gonna see, something at a range there. And then like a
Right.
Diva to be up front with the defense matrix combined with the Winston getting damage boosted, or a Reaper or a Tracer or something like that. I feel like if you can knock whoever is playing the Bastion off of that ground, there's not really a lot of follow up behind it.
Right.
But that's my
We'll
two
see
cents
and see what
anyway.
they come up with.
Yeah, exactly. It's do or die. They both sides need this for different reasons. Nacho Daddies need this to be able to just get that win back on the board and to walk away with that, and the Horsemen need it if they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. So it's kind of somebody's got to win this, and it's pretty damn important for both sides.
Yeah. Yeah, at two map wins right now, I think the Horsemen have kind of already taken the EU bragging rights in this game, but
Well, that depends. If they get
they're
utterly
still.
disgraced here, I feel like the Nacho Daddies can still bring it back.
It could be some interesting trash talk going on if that happens. We'll see.
Exactly. All right, so the Horsemen asking for a brief break, so we're just kind of waiting on them to get back. Nacho Daddies have confirmed that they are ready to roll into the final match here. Yeah, it's very exciting stuff. I am very interested to see what both teams are going to try and bring out here.
Yeah, for sure. I think Izzy needs to be switched to Red Spectator,
Oh, good call. I
right?
missed that. Yep, no, you are correct, and I missed that. Thank you.
No problem.
The lone spectator here needing the swap, but yes, so we got Izzy on the correct side. And we'll see what we're going to get. Yeah.
Let's see. I was going to do a little math here if my
Oh boy.
Discord will work.
Maths.
I know I hate it, but I was trying to look at our last standings. There they are. So if Horsemen win this third map, that'll put them at 7 map wins,
Mm-hmm.
which will so they'll be tied with the Raptors at
Yep.
that point. So from there, I think they have to hope that, like we were talking about at the beginning of this game, they're gonna have to hope for us to lose.
Yeah,
some of our
exactly.
games.
it's
I'm not
it's
sure who they
unfortunate.
face in their. Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say it sucks to know that your fate is in someone else's hands, but that is what it comes down to mostly for the Horsemen here. This is the last time that this and their next match are the only times the Destiny's in their hands, so they definitely got to make it
Right.
count. I see you out
Tough
there,
position to
Titanic
be in.
3. I see you out there. Look, I'm not saying I'm an Iceberg fan, but You know, I think the Titanic, you know, it had it coming. Just saying, just saying. But anyway, um, yeah, I feel like we're probably gonna keep seeing bunker, but this is definitely not the best bunker map. Horsemen have been running it on the ground, which if you don't really care about running it on the ground, you're fine. But yep, there it is. Apparently, though, we have the Nacho Daddies taking chat's advice here, and they are switching to more of a divey kind of comp with the Tracer, the Winston. Wait, that's on defense? Okay, I'm sorry. I was going to say that's a great for attack. It's not what I'd recommend for defense, but okay. And okay, so I am just plain confused because we have the mobile bunker coming in from the frickin' Horsemen. Like,
it looks like the Horsemen are going for like a pirate ship kind of thing.
Did they just agree to like confuse me in the chat? Like, what the hell?
They're tired of you cursing them, so now they curse you back.
Apparently. So the Horsemen are running the pirate ship, yes. That is what's happening. And we have Jake immediately jumping down, getting those zippy zaps with the Winston jumping out. Ooh, Reds does get DMAC'd there, not quite able to get away. Yeah. And Jake gets picked off as well at the tail end there. Both teams have a Tracer this time.
They were picking this dive on defense in the hopes of stopping as much progress as possible, but it doesn't seem to be working that way.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe just expecting the bunker, the pirate ship, which they would be correct. Ooh, Sign getting a pick on a Steam as well. But, yeah, it's not really working to specification, unfortunately. Excuse me. Oh, well, there's a bit of a shield hiccup there, so if there was ever a moment, but Jay's getting so much healing.
They have so much sustain with that Mercy and the Baptiste.
Yep. Yeah, this is gonna be a hard nut to crack, and we see the Horsemen already taking the first point with no particular stoppage. We have some switches coming through for the Nacho Daddy, switching off of the Winston onto Orisa here for Jake.
The Signu's up here harassing the supports who were trying to regroup.
Right. Well, I mean, Sign has been just kind of tearing it up, period, so, yeah, may as well. We have a switch from McFluff onto Junkrat.
Oh, the Junkrat play.
Oh, we see Sign above. Oh, Jay Bailey does get a pick onto Jay Stewart. But we have the, immediately rezzed. We have Sign getting the Pulse Bomb onto Jay Bailey mid-ult. Bad start, unfortunately. Jay getting a pick onto McFluff. A little bit of a late thing there, but Red does pick off Sign. Late Zenyatta ultimate. We have an ult coming in from the Bastion, blowing up Sarcastrophe. I field is keeping him alive here. Jay is kind of rotating in and out of that I field. Diva Bomb going down. No shield means that they're going to get a D-Mech out of it, but not any kills. DPS from Nacho Daddy's taking the high ground. Ooh, but McFluff getting picked off by Poppy's Baptiste. And a bunch of other kills following suit. Horsemen continuing to roll forward.
Yeah. Masignu and D-Wade, even though Masignu just went down, but those two are doing so much work keeping the Nacho Daddies from even getting close to the Bastion.
Most definitely. We have D-Wade taking high ground as the Diva. No other switches just yet for the Nacho Daddies. But yeah, the focus of that Bastion just, oof. Melter of shields. Alright, so we have... They're trying to go with the Discord Orb and the Moira ultimate. Ooh, there's a couple picks coming through for McFluff. Jay is still alive, but there we go. He goes down to Steam Bullocks. Excellent coordination there.
Finally gonna hold it here, yeah.
It took a lot out of them, but they still do have a couple. They have 3 ults in the tank though, so it took a bit, but not everything, and that is a good hold for the Nacho Daddies. But Nacho Daddy's immediately coming back. So we see Jade just kind of firing away there from the back. Oh, I heard a bomb go down, but it doesn't get a kill. Here comes the tire.
The tire's gonna land.
It's rolling around because there's an I field. They're just hope. Oh. It goes... Oh, okay, off the map. Oh, that was the Tracer. Gotcha. The Tracer! What? I thought I saw somebody falling, and I guess Tracer tried to avoid the tire by jumping and didn't have the recall? I don't know. It was weird. Either way, Sign goes down, and... Yeah, I was going to say, if Sarcastrophe is going to play a DPS, they need to get in the backline or switch to, like, a soldier or something. We see Sarcastrophe has the Pulse Bomb, trying to find an angle to get it in there. Here comes the D.Va Bomb. Unfortunately, they didn't layer it well enough that one of the ults killed the eye field, and the eye field is the only thing that goes down there. J Stewart getting a pick on a Jake. We have McFluff just trying to go wild with this Junkrat. Sarcastrophe gets a pick on the Sign, though, winning the War of the Tracers. Lots of grenades going in. We have a D.Va Bomb coming down. It's going to end up getting two, both of the healers from the Nacho Daddies, so rough start. There we go. We got Bastion ulting again, giving himself a little of a boost. And that is going to do it. Yep. So what do we got? Just under 3 minutes there. So it was a good couple of holds at the end there. So it wasn't a complete steamroll. And if I was the Nacho Daddies, I wouldn't complain too bad about that, judging by how bad they got rolled in the beginning there.
That's true.
But I appreciate them trying new things. But the comp that they had was definitely better set for attack than defense.
Yeah, let's see if they run it here. I might have
Yeah,
some better
definitely.
luck on it.
Go take a quick peek back out at Titanic 3 over there. Let's see, a couple seconds away from the grand reveal of what could be the last combination of people we're going to see here. Jay again flashing that Widow. But we'll see if it sticks. I don't know if you're going to run the Widow on a bunker, but I suppose you could.
Well, and Masignu's on the Bastion, so unless they switched it up.
That might be. They might finally be giving J Stewart that opportunity to shine on the Widow. We're going to see. Both teams running a Bastion. God, I feel partially responsible for starting this with the bunker thing. I do, and I apologize to everybody. Oh, good Lord. Yeah, probably. Alright, here we go. Oh, it is. So Jay is going to stick to the Widow. And gets a pick right on the Sarcastrophe. Damage boosted Widow says goodbye. Sign getting a pick onto Bullocks, and Sarcastrophe's going to get rezzed. That D.Va kind of forcing the Widow off of the high ground there. Unfortunately, Red gets D-Mech for it. Oh, this Bastion off, though. Excuse me, goodness. Oh, and D-Wade getting a pick on the Sarcastrophe again. So, no res available this time, but Nacho Daddies are getting progress. They're probably going to get stopped at the top of the hill here, but still, progress is progress. Steam Bullocks getting a kill back on the Sign. Getting rezzed, of course. That's all the mercies do here. Ooh, McFluff getting popped by J Stewart. So we're kind of watching J Stewart here see the Widow in action. Oop, that bull got eaten. The defense matrix is just doing so much to keep Jay from popping Tornado's head, or popping Jake's head. It's hilarious. Oh, but in the meantime, Signo gets picked off. Steam Bullocks kills J Stewart. Signo getting rezzed again, but the Horsemen are on the back foot here. They're being forced back really hard, and that's damage boost fields for both sides. That was a mistake. Masignu using that second to transform without an eye field was going to spell death in that situation. So definitely a critical error and going to be more progress. Please.
See if we can actually get this pirate ship set up now. There we go.
I do appreciate what Red's doing here. Red is just harassing the ever-living hell out of J Stewart. And that's exactly what you need to do as the D.Va. And it's making it so that the Widow isn't able to get anything meaningful done. Ooh, but of course, as soon as I say it, there's the pick and a pick on a Jay Bailey at the same time. So J Stewart's like, I'm not a slouch. If you let me shoot, I will kill. And That is going to be a stop for the Horsemen. Nacho Daddies are going to be forced to retreat here.
It's like you said, it looks like they're going to hold at this corner, which can be really hard to get around on attack.
Most definitely. Ult economy is heavily in the favor of the Nacho Daddies here. There's just the Diva Bomb for D-Wade on the Horseman side. Now Tornado has his ultimate as well.
Oh, and Red was trying to go harass Jay again, but got pulled by the...
Oh, here comes a bomb and a hack. Conversing sides. The hack just didn't come off in time to stop the bomb. Ooh, but that res not getting off, and Sarcastrophe gets a pick immediately. Nacho Daddies with more progress here. They need to keep pushing up. They cannot hold back. Jay uses ult, so he knows where all the heads are. Bit of a split setup, but the Horsemen, because they've fallen apart here, they are not able to get anything. Steam Bullocks is punishing Jay Stewart, though. If Jay's not clicking ahead, he's dead. And then D-Wade getting a bit staggered here. So Nacho Daddies are making a really good time here. A little slower than the Horsemen, but nothing to shake his stick at.
Yeah, I say not by much. They're making really good progress.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get held up like the Horsemen did on their turn.
Yeah, we'll see. This is going to be the critical turn. If they can get it around the corner here. And Sarcastrophe gets picked by D-Wade, though. And here comes a Bastion ult. Not going to get immediately wrecked this time. Sarcastrophe is going to get rezzed. You know that there's just a guaranteed healing chain onto that Bastion, but he goes down. Steam Bullocks does get the pick onto that Bastion. He's going to get rezzed. Sarcastrophe is going to get killed. Jay Stewart has switched onto Junkrat. Taking the high ground right now, fighting with that Sombra. Is going to kill Steam Bullocks' Sombra. And then dropping down. Yeah, this is... Jay Stewart, having switched when I didn't see it, already essentially has his ultimate. Very impressive.
Seems like a little bit of a turnaround. He's now harassing Red on the Diva.
Yeah, no kidding.
The other way around.
Yeah, if I was Red, I probably would have already found that cliff edge, personally, because you're not getting a lot done as a baby Diva right now. Especially not with a shield in front of everything. But we'll see. So Nacho Daddy's just trying to get their bodies back together here. Probably waiting for Red to just get his mech back.
Yeah.
Alright.
Leading up a lot of time.
That is very true. Alright, so they're going to go in off of Jake's bongos, but immediately picked. Jake gets res. Sarcastrophe getting a bunch of kills. That Diva is going to ensure that we're going to get the res, but here comes a Junkrat tire. Had to be blown immediately because Red is up there. He got demacked. Gotcha. But that's more progress from the Nacho Daddies, pushing up to the final stretch here. We're going to open it up with the bongos for the Horsemen. They need to get somebody in the way. They do. Eye fields from both sides, keeping everybody alive. Jake the first victim, but there goes a 5-man hack. Diva Bomb coming in. Excellent double kill there. Great coordination of ults. It's just the Mercy. They didn't pick her in time for the res. So they got Jay Stewart going to town here. There we go. Sarcastrophe getting the picks, and that's it. Well done by the Nacho Daddy. Spectacular coordination of ults there.
Very nice. Nacho Daddies are not going down without a fight.
No kidding. 2 minutes. So a minute less, but that's, again, still spectacular. Like, that's a lot of effort they're putting in, and they did amazingly for it. So they need to have another similar setup where they just they roll it right on through as quickly as possible. All right, we'll see. I mean, honestly, I think the Nacho Daddies are pretty safe with going back to the Torb strategy. Like, I feel like that did pretty well, and if you're willing to play the Bastion, why not just bring the Torb back, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
Both teams.
I love that Red is sticking on the Diva because he was doing so much work.
Yes, Red was doing amazing at harassing Jay. Yeah. He's going to have a harder time against Jay's Junkrat, but it's not impossible for him to go back over there and keep just beating the crap out of him.
Yeah, one thing I did notice during that last game is Red has he manages the defense matrix very well, and that's going to be important, especially with Jay sticking to the Junkrat.
Exactly. Yeah, Red not deterred by the nerfs, has been doing very well on that diva. Yeah, that was a very well-coordinated EMP bomb. That's exactly what we need to see here if we want the Nacho Daddies to be able to take a win today. So they're just going to open up with that eye field to ensure safety, but shields immediately popped. Both teams are, again, going with the degenerate double bastion strategy.
Nacho Daddy's not really able to set up the pirate ship, though, so...
No, they're pushing. We did have a hack come in. On the health pack, I'm sorry. But just like before, we see the Horsemen content with just giving up all of this progress underneath the bridge here, not willing to drop down, and I disagree with that personally, but that's me. Eye field is down. There we go. Here comes a tire. Gets two. Gets Sarcastic in red, and that's going to signal a retreat here. But both healers alive, so that's good. Ult economy wise right now, we're going to have the Bastion ult for the Horsemen versus right now just the Baptiste amplification matrix. 60 seconds. Nacho Daddy's taking a bit of an alternative route here. They know Jay is up there. Oop, good pull onto him. He wasn't paying attention. He's dead. Yeah. Great start there. Good pick. It looked like he just was not paying attention. And here comes that Bastion ult from Masignu. But he's alone with... Okay, there's the heals now. Another hack comes in. Picks are coming from the Nacho Daddies here. This might be good enough. It's the Bastion is there, but it doesn't matter. They got the point. Great. Just, I don't know what they did, but they scattered the Horsemen, and that was enough. I guess that first pick just kind of threw everybody off from the Nacho Daddies. We see Jay, again, kind of out by himself, gets picked immediately. Jay tried to come back rather than group with the team. Yeah. That is not good. They need that Junkrat. Oh, and that's probably why. That is probably why. Okay, so we are going to have a up to 5-minute pause. I'm going to go ahead and start our timer here. Let's see here. So we are going to start a 5-minute timer now. So we're going to give 5 minutes for Mr. J Stewart to return to us. I'm going to reach out to both team captains here and see what's up.
All right.
But yeah, I was going to comment that it looked like J Stewart was literally holding still. So I was kind of suspecting that that he had DC'd or he was having some connection issues, but we'll see.
It did look that way. Everybody commenting on that EMP bomb in chat at the end of the last round. Well,
hey, yeah, we can definitely break that down. We have seen Steam Bullocks time and again, come through in the clutch with the Sombra hacks and stuff like that. So it's not a surprise to see it happen again, and Nacho Daddy's taking full advantage of that, getting a great hack bomb, combining it with the other ultimates when all the defenses are down. It was spectacular.
Yeah. He's definitely putting in work. And I didn't even comment on this before, but McFluff is on Mercy. So
oh, snap. You're right. I didn't even realize that. Yeah.
I didn't even know he played Mercy.
I mean, hey, if you need it.
I guess when your Coco is gone, you have to make some choices.
You gotta make do, right?
But he's been doing really well.
But, okay, we're gonna go back to the lobby here. It says he joined. Okay, I don't see him on there, but let me make sure that Red is ready. I don't see him on our list of people, but it says that he joined back. Okay. Just going to make sure that both teams are ready. Okay, telling Tornado we're good. Telling Jake we're good. Okay. I want to hear from Jake as well. Just he said that they were ready right away, but better safe than sorry. I don't need anybody coming back and saying that we aren't preparing them, so alright. Gonna barrage Jake with messages until he responds again. He did say that they were ready right when the pause started, but I'm not gonna run any risks and have anybody come into this unprepared. Damn it, Jake. But, yeah. So what? I guess the offhanded pirate ship, the mobile pirate ship that both teams are trying to run appears to be working pretty well, which is kind of weird to me. But I will say that I would hope for a little bit more of a DPS pool to be able to handle it that we really haven't seen from either team, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
again, I will call back to the Reaper or something like that. We do have a Junkrat switch from Jay, which I think is a great switch here. But just stuff like that.
And I think it seems to be working well for the Nacho Daddies, even though I don't really think Sarcastry was actually on the payload for the pirate ship for that whole
Again,
that
it's
whole
like kind
first
of a...
round, so
Okay, there we
kinda
go.
Split up.
Alright, I'm going to say we are starting now. Okay. So here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bada boom. We are back. Okay. So in that time, we see Jay switched over to a soldier, and immediately we see, oh, it's overtime. So that's right. The clock is ticking this entire time since this is overtime here. Hack onto the Orisa, but the I field's gonna keep him alive. Oop. Nacho Daddies are pushing up, putting himself into an uncomfortable position to do it. Ooh, that was a decent rip to pull him off. Kills are starting to pour through the Horsemen, and I think that's just about it. Team wipe.
Yep.
Oof. Started with a boom. Alright, still, a lot of progress there. Yeah, no, that's great progress there for the 2 minutes that they had. So I think that's you can be pretty happy about that. So we'll see what they're going to run on defense.
Yeah,
Let
Horsemen
McFluff
have
the
a little bit
hammer.
more time, but if Nacho Daddies can hold them at that first point, they'd be in a really great position.
I would absolutely fight for a more aggressive comp here to try and contest them and delay as much time as you can off the clock.
Right now, it looks like they got the same exact comp they had on attack.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, if
Jay
it
Stewart's
was
back on the
working.
Bastion.
Yep. I don't.
A lot of the same.
It is. I don't know. And it looks like they're setting up on high ground again. And sometimes it's just me because of my super aggressive nature. But I feel like in this instance, honestly, like you can't afford to give them like anything. So why would you set up on high ground and you know that they're just gonna run it right underneath you and run through the tunnel just like you did? That's free progress that you should not be giving up, in my humble opinion, anyway.
We'll see if they decide to drop earlier, it might work out better for them. But
We'll see. There's a hack onto Jay Stewart. Jay Stewart is not able to deploy. Ooh, and Sarcastrophe getting the first pick onto the tank there. There's going to be the res. Aren't able to pick that up. But again, here we go. Good pull back.
Jay was just crouched behind the payload, moving for a little bit there.
And there we go. We see Jake dropping onto the point, kind of doing what I said, but he's alone. Gets ripped apart by Jay. And now I think they're just kind of suiciding, to be honest with you. You needed to drop as a team earlier. Otherwise, you're going to get what happened. Exactly this. We have Sarcastrophe set up hoping to get some victims in the corner there.
Oh, no.
But ultimately alone. But they're just leaving Jay Stewart on the payload here. There we go. Sarcastrophe getting badly staggered there. We see Masigno switch to their own Sombra.
Oh, there we go.
But here we go. So Nacho Daddies are coming back as a whole. That's the advantage of dying together, is that you come back together at least. Jay is
they're
close
exactly
to death,
mirroring
but...
each other. So
Yep.
it's really just a battle of how fast they can push through this.
And, yep, it's looking like that's going to be that. So about a minute and a half or so taken off. They get another 30 seconds to push. So minute and a half of the maximum 3 minutes taken away.
And Jake severely staggered on that Orisa.
Yeah, and Red demac'd. Again, I feel like Red should have really found the cliff face. Because Baby Diva ain't going to do you much right now. And they're just giving up all of this progress here. This is not good. Shield immediately broken, of course. And Jay ripping through the remainder of the Nacho Daddies here. This is pretty well going to be it. A little bit too high on that hack, and that is it with the team wipe.
That's it. Horsemen with the 3-0. It's exactly what they needed.
Keeps their potential playoff hopes alive here. And Jay Stewart is finally going to take one away from McFluff.
Oh.
Granted, McFluff was not playing the Torbjorn, so I'm going to say that's exactly why.
I wanted to see the Mercy play the game.
Really? Why would you want to see a Mercy play the game? Come on now.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, and that will do it. That is going to polish off the 3-0 win. Jesus Christ, dude. That is so... that's a lot of damage.
Yes, it is.
But, all right. Let me reach out to Tornado, see who they're going to want us to interview here today. All right, and here we are, back in the saddle, and Jay Stewart immediately leaving.
Maybe to go figure out his internet issues or whatever that
I
was.
guess so. And we're going to bring in Tornado, the captain, and Izzy, the coach, for the interview here. So, I found it's easiest just to leave the party and go to team chat because sometimes people have issues with it. So, I'm going to go ahead and drop out of the party, and I will invite you to a group in the game. Okay, get all of the relevant peeps in here. Invite. Ooh. You know, that's actually way easier. That's actually super easy. I didn't mean to do that, but that works very well.
Hi, man. How you doing?
Hashtag calculated. Alright, so let me just, let's drag Mango into this. There's Mango.
Oh, yeah. Hey, well done, Mango, for jumping in last minute, by the way.
Mango getting the props before the winners. Wow, that's some dedication right there.
We're just British.
Fair enough. So, yeah, I will be the first to congratulate you guys on the 3-0 sweep and keeping your potential playoff hopes alive. So, congrats. So, I guess, give me, like, a breakdown of your strategy. We saw a lot of Bastion from both sides on both attack and defense. So, what was the reasoning behind that?
Do you want this one?
Yeah, I can do it. I mean, so on the defense, we've been playing Bastion quite a bit.
Of course.
As a few of the teams have, and it just seems to work. It's just getting the rotations right, which, well, so I think early in the season we were doing okay, but we could have got it better. So I've got a cold as well, just super annoying for everyone who's listening in. But and on the attack as well, we've found that we can guard a pirate ship strat pretty well.
Yeah, no kidding. You
love a
definitely
payload.
succeeded very well with that.
So. And even that was slippy at first, actually.
Yeah.
I think the Sombra was the only one we were worried about, and actually, if you just kind of try and carry on regardless, it's almost the best thing to do sometimes. Because the more distracted you are, the more it can slip. So.
Definitely.
But yeah, it was good, and it's so yeah. The Bastion versus Bastion is a huge battle at the minute, and it's.
Yeah,
So-
I feel like it's the best way to learn, like as a team. Is with goats, obviously, it's you need to stay together or you lose. And I felt we had a lot of situations when we were pushing onto the capture points, especially with Volskaya. It was we kind of push in, someone would die, and then we'd all kind of get staggered to the Bastion. And I feel like it teaches you to play like, as a unit a lot more with Bunker in this because it's all about the shield war. If your Diva's off fighting someone else, there's no DM, so your shield breaks first and you lose.
Very
Just
well
kind of-
said.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a spectacular answer. Yeah, no, I agree that, and it's something that the Legion has encountered too, trying to run the bunker comp, is that you really need to have pinpoint teamwork to make it work effectively. So, Mango, what about you? Any questions?
That's what the game's coming to. So.
Right.
Yeah, I was actually gonna kind of comment on what we're talking about here, which is that Horsemen seemed really coordinated, and that really helped considering you, especially even on that last match, essentially your teams were mirroring each other.
literally.
Exactly, and so it came down to who was more coordinated, and it seemed like it was always the Horsemen, clearly, because you guys came up with a 3-0. So, aside from just playing the Bastion comp, is that something you guys kind of pride yourselves on, that you've been working on a lot?
When we get a chance, you know. When we try and group up, we do walk through these things, and we do try and talk about the timing. But some of us, I think, especially early in the season, were able to panic quite easily. And so you just end up throwing things down, and Easy's worked with a lot on this. You know, just kind of proving to us that you don't have to throw everything at a team fight at the same time. For example, you don't have to keep a team fight in the space where the other team are trying to play it. You can retreat and actually do some more damage while you're retreating, and then push back on them. And it's still stuff we're trying to learn, to be honest. But yeah, just kind of going into each team fight with a plan. You know, having an objective for what the next plan is. You know, what the next team fight is going to need. Has been a huge thing for us. Huge. And like Nacho Daddies played well today. You know, with like on Volskaya especially. You know, we played kind of into their hands, and they knew how to flick the Bastion over from side to side, which we struggled with. And that was really tight. You know, we were right up against it right at the start, and I think we became more comfortable as we went on. And we brought some new people in, and I think it's worth mentioning while we're here that we're sending a lot of love out to Panda, who's got some stuff going on. So hope he recovers and is back in the team very soon.
Definitely.
And Deadly as well, who had to drop out last minute, and again he's got some stuff going on. We hope he's feeling awesome, and Tycho as well, who I know is looking.
I saw Tycho in the chat there.
And we miss our buddies. So, but you know, much love to him as well, and hope everything gets sorted out, and we'll get them all back into games soon. But the newcomers today, huge. I mean, obviously Mass, that's his second match, and he's just playing so well, and just the communication, and just, you know, he's willing to be angry in the game at times, which like, there's a time when we have to say, kind of, stop talking, but there's a time as well for him to be angry, to say, no, you're right, actually, we should have done this. And that can be a good thing, you know, and so he's been awesome coming in. And then bringing in Pappy and Jay this week has been huge. But
I think that's really helped us.
It really
as
has.
we've played as a team, when I first came in, if things went bad, it would all go quiet. And it was all very, oh, we're losing, it's going really bad. And now, because we're all quite comfortable with each other, it's, if they're doing bad, they can tell. Like, that's what happened with Maz, is on our first attacks on King's Row, they'd put Lamp down and we'd all die because they couldn't. And so he was like, guys, you need to focus them more, and he was all pissy. So obviously people get their shit together and then we win. It's stuff like that I think
that's
really
all there is
helps,
to it. You just gotta get your shit
grumpy.
together.
And Pappy and Jay have come in, and they're talking straight off the bat, you know, and they're not just talking about game as well, you know, just laughing between games and joking, and they fit in really well with everyone. So we were really lucky actually to find them, but they were narrowed down from a pool of 10 people. So
wow. Well, it certainly seems
yeah,
like you made the right choices.
Recruiting was a lengthy process.
And that's down to Izzy, who is not going to take any credit herself, so I'm going to have to do it for her. But Izzy's done a huge amount of work helping us recruit, which has been absolutely huge. So.
Yeah, and you guys are showing off the results of all of this practice, all of this hiring process that you've got, and it's paying dividends. You guys came out of the gate and you gave us an impressive, solid 3 games, you know, and other than a couple of slip-ups that I commented on here and there, you guys, your gameplay was very solid.
Yeah, we saw them too.
I bet.
That's where we were at next.
VOD reviews next week.
Yeah, this is it.
Mango, any other questions?
No, I think we really covered it. I was just really impressed by your guys' teamwork and coordination and throughout all these maps, and making switches when you needed to, fixing any issues that came up.
Yeah, it was good. I could carry on talk about this match for ages, I'll be honest. But yeah, it was I like it, particularly when, because we won't tell you who, but you could probably work it out. We had people arguing over who wants to play Widow, and I genuinely believe that one of the reasons we won that last map was because actually one of those people wanting to be Widow switched to Junkrat, and that tire on the first point they just never recovered from. basically.
Oh, bless him. He was trying to play Widow against Bunker on like 1,000 ping, so I think the junk was a good switch.
I would agree with you there. Yeah, we definitely. I mean, to that person's credit, they did get a lot of good picks, though. They were able to take full advantage when the Nacho Daddies weren't grouped up together. You know, you guys were, and that applies to most of what you did, is that you were able to kind of find those cracks in the bunker and exploit them to good effect.
Yeah. I mean, they walked out the spawn door and he picked Sebastian first thing. I was quite impressed by that.
But, all right, well, again, you guys, congratulations on your 3-0 this week, keeping your playoff dreams alive. And yeah, we look forward to seeing more of what the Horsemen have planned in the future here. So, GG and congratulations.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for casting.
Of course. But all right, everybody, thank you for joining us. Let's see. Anybody know when the next match is off the top of your head? While I start looking at it, because I don't know.
July 1st.
Ooh.
July 1st, 8 p.m. Central.
Oh, how do you know that, Mango?
Versus Rebel Squad. Because I pulled up for the caster schedule.
Oh, I thought it was you versus Catastrophe, but okay.
No. We're actually after that one, or a few days later. But Catastrophe versus Rebel Squad is the next one, and that's going to be a really good match.
So yeah, I was going to say the top two titans of the league going after each other for supremacy. Amazingly, it just kind of works out where they're like the second to last game of the season for each other. So I'm very stoked to cast that one. I'm very excited to see how that goes down on Monday. So
it's going to be interesting.
Yep. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you to Izzy and Tornado for joining us in the booth here, and I'm very excited to see everybody on Monday.